What's up, Brooke? I gotta break the motherfucking YouTube. I'm working on that.
Working on what? About the sound?
YouTube, trying to get a lot of. I went on that bitch like one night, like it was like 12 o'clock, bro. That bitch was like 50 people watching my shit, but it was all out of different. It was like Canada.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but it's not easy, bro. YouTube is probably one of the hardest ones to get.
Get people up. Yeah.
You gotta stay consistent.
Yeah. That's my biggest problem. I can't stay consistent because I'll be too busy.
I feel that.
Like in doing business shit.
Mm-hmm. I feel that shit.
Man, I would love to be a rapper full time, but
What?
that shit don't pay.
I'm finna ask him like, bro, what's some states you ain't rapped at yet? Only being me. What's up, shawty? My TikTok do be going good though. Stephanie Marie.
I definitely need to up the ante on the TikTok.
Now that's the new wave.
Yeah, that's the one shit.
That is really the new
blowing
wave.
up off on. But that's one thing you gotta do daily too.
Mm-hmm.
I could hear at one point.
1, 2, 3.
I'm good.
Testing. Okay, we can do this.
They're on one side, so whatever. I know you guys are on the song. So after the song then?
Yep, we can do that. Baby. We got one person viewing. Let's go.
Give yourself a round of applause.
Man, that shit ain't easy. Oh, they
Start
left
with
already.
one.
Oh yeah, we back in. Let's go. Let's go, Brenda. How you doing, Brenda? I got 6 views right now. Let's go. 6 people on live. What's up, Jessica?
Got a minute.
We finna air in like
1 minute.
2 minutes. We got. What's up, y'all? Y'all got any particular topics to talk about? Let me know, and we gonna address them on the radio today. I asked people what they think about my country, Iran. So, what do you think about Iran? So, you know what? What I think about Iran?
You said what? What?
She said what I think about Iran.
Oh, the whole
She
little
said we
situation?
should talk about what we think about Iran. Oh shit!
Yeah, you talking about the whole little situation?
Yeah,
right?
that bitch jumping right now. How you feel about Iran?
Man,
What's up, dude? Hey, go to my YouTube channel, Conversation Elevated TV. I'm on right now.
all I know with the whole little situation with Iran is crazy.
Give me some time.
15 seconds.
Well,
So-
with Gaza,
I'm finna address.
Palestine.
I'm finna address it right now. I'm finna address it right now.
You
No
ready?
cap. I'm finna address it right now. Give me 1 second. What up, Chris? Yo, it's your boy JoJo with Conversation Elevated. We back in the building. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. Oh, music is too hot.
Sorry.
Nah, I appreciate that, Jesse. Shout out to Colorado Media School for making this happen. Shout out to Jesse for being such a supportive and working with me and, you know, going through the mud with me. Shout out to my brothers and my family and my friends, my kids for sure. Oh, we got a special guest.
Whoop,
Yes.
whoop, whoop.
SG Common in the building. huh?
Yes, sir. Ski, we got SG Commas in the building. Hey, I'm on YouTube right now, y'all. So the question that I'm gonna jump right into it. We got stuff to ask SG too, but everybody asking on my YouTube channel, Conversation Elevated TV, is what do y'all feel about Iran? What you feel about Iran, SG?
I mean, I'm not like, geographically intelligent, but only thing I really know is Gaza and Palestine, you feel me? So
Okay.
I know about that, and that is just crazy in itself because it's like they're taking out kids and shit too. It just seems more like a power struggle for me,
Okay.
more than like a cause, a good cause. You know what I'm saying? Because,
sure.
like, I know when you taking out kids and shit like that, that's almost like.
I didn't know that made noise.
That was hard. I like that. Do that again.
Sorry.
The country.
Yeah, but nah, yeah. You know, you taking out kids, that just shows a sign of like, you know, what they've been saying, genocide.
Mhm.
It's not like a real war. It's more like you're literally trying to deplete, you know, a nation.
sure.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. What you got going on, man? I ain't seen you in a minute.
Man, I really just been cool and working on business stuff. Getting, you know, trying to get everything back in order because I'm about to rerun everything. You know, starting next spring, I say.
Okay.
Really trying to build everything up for that, but yeah, I've been mainly focusing on, you know, my automotive repair business, and then which that's just mainly focusing on cosmetic stuff, like not no mechanical stuff. You know?
For sure.
I want to get into like doing custom work and stuff like that too, but my t-shirt business as well, which I'm wearing the brand right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give me a copy of that.
It's Sersky.
For sure. It says, don't think. Okay. So we gonna multitask, right? We gonna focus on SG, and we gonna focus on these questions too, because they're asking us questions on my YouTube channel. That was like, don't think nothing bad of Iran. There is good people in Iran. So how do the United States actually get a chance to be able to separate the bad from the good?
I mean, honestly, you know, this might not be answering that person's question, but honestly, I think there's good in everybody. You dig what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter who you are, where you are. You know what I mean? How you were brought up. You know internally what's right and what's wrong. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But then you're also fed, and you're influenced. You're influenced by, you know, your closest people, which then like kind of convince you to go one way or the other. You feel me? So when people say like don't play the fence, like that's a prime example of people not playing the fence. So they're gonna stick with the closest people to them and their influence versus really doing the research or the facts. You know?
Okay. All right. So I found the topic for today. The topic for today is, how do you visualize your influencer that turn their back on you?
What you mean?
Like, so a person that influenced you, right? It could be a dad, it could be a mom, it could be a brother, it could be a friend. That influence don't be the same no more. They switch up. Not your influencer no more. So now you gotta either find somebody else that's gonna influence you, or you're gonna influence yourself. But sometimes you need an influencer sometimes to uplift you sometimes.
Shoot.
So what about that person turn their back on you? They switch up on you. What do you do? What's your mental like after that?
I mean, real quick, one thing that reminds me of is what A$AP Rock said. He said, idols turn to rivals, you feel me? So I don't think it's just more like, you know, parents or friends, but I think it's just like people you look up to in general. So when you see like they're not on the same type of time, or that you thought they were on and all that, I really feel like that makes a big impact. So if you're talking about, you know, parents, like I really never had my parent, you know, or I don't got no siblings. I'm my only child. Like my siblings are my brothers from the mud. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I really haven't had no friends turn their back on me like that. If anything, I'm the one who sees flaw in people, and I kind of like cut them off a little bit, you know. But before I do that, respectfully, I tell them about themselves. You know, I say like, look, man, you need to whoop the whoop. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like I'm not trying to rock like that. You feel me?
Facts.
So I always give people a chance to like either correct their actions, or, you know, come correct, whatever. But, you know, at the end of the day, I really feel like my biggest, you know, influencer downfalls is with actual idols, if you will.
I like that. So how do you get focused? How are you focused whenever you have a lot going on in life? Like how do you stay focused? Like, you know, life be lifing. So how do you focus on whenever you got your craft? When you stuck on your craft and that's all you want to do, but you got a life that's blocking you.
Oh, trust and believe.
Ooh,
life is right now.
I said the right things.
Yeah.
Colorado right now.
Yeah, life is life, and right now, and trust me, when I'm telling you I'm in the ring with Ali right now when it comes to this, bro, yeah, look, I'm just doing my best, trying to dodge every hit, you know what I'm saying, throw them counter punches as best as I can. So I would say really the way I stay focused is just understanding that even in the loss is a victory, you feel me?
Yeah. Do you have like situations that you go through that you be like, oh man, I gotta jot this down, I gotta put this in my notes, I gotta put this in some music?
Honestly, my inspiration whenever I go through things is I do write stuff down, but I'm a hustler at heart. Matter of fact, I'm an inventor as well. Like I'm
Right.
innovative. You dig what I'm saying? So I look at everything I got going on. I put it like on a mental
Yeah.
whiteboard, if you will, and I'm like, all right, we need to do this. We need to figure this out. We need to, you know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
take ideas and I try to innovate them. I tell my closest people. Some people like y'all, you crazy. Like that shit'll never work. And then
Okay.
some people be like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But then I'm in my mind, I'm already set that things are gonna work. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, I know it's gonna work.
Yeah.
I just need the opportunity to present it to people in the right way. That's the hard part.
Okay.
So I think the biggest thing for me is I got all these grandiose ideas, and that's what keeps me focused.
Right.
But the hard part is actually like honing in on the details. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's the old saying, the devil's in the details type shit.
You got a level of time that you prepare yourself for music. Like, some people like, man, at this certain age, I'm done with music, or I'm gonna keep pushing. Like, 2 Chainz, he made it late.
Nah, I ain't gonna cap, man. I told everybody that I'm rocking with that pretty much by like next summer. If I don't got the motion I'm looking for, you do what I'm saying? Then I'm probably just gonna go fall back and just do like the business side of music. And
Okay.
only because like my son, he's starting to do music, and I'd rather
Right.
take all that energy for. So for me,
Yeah.
like right now, it's
Pass
just,
it down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
For
get all
sure.
the connects. You know what I'm saying? Move
Okay.
around and but I see myself being a better person in the business than a rapper, because every other person look at you like they always got a judgment. You know what I'm saying? Where there's like they may not know me, they may not know like all the stuff that I really did,
Right.
because I'm such a cool, calm, collective, quiet individual. I don't talk about a lot of stuff I did or do,
Facts.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So when it comes down to it, like I can see it in people's faces when I tell them I'm an artist. They're like, oh, okay, because they never heard of me on no street level.
Right.
They never heard of me like I'm not one of them to them. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So it's like they don't take me serious.
Mhm.
But you know what I'm saying? If they ever had the time to like see how I move and they was riding with me, just like, you know what I'm saying, like my boy Trev, you know what I'm saying? He learned, you know what I mean? I won't say
Facts.
like that, that's disrespectful. Not that he learned, but he saw for himself
Facts.
that I'm just a genuine person. You know what I'm saying?
Big
Like I'm
facts.
not out to try to like ride people's waves. Like,
Yeah.
that's not me.
You genuine.
Bro, matter of fact, Trevor tried to take me places and I fall back in the scenes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's not my place to just ride his success.
That's what I be doing. I don't be the one that's on the stage. I don't be the one in sections, and everybody feel like, Joe, like you popping now, but like I'm used to being like regular people, like being around regular people. So it's kind of like sometimes they feel like it's riding away, but if he bring you in that light,
Yeah. I mean,
be grateful for it, but but I get it. Certain
Yeah.
people do take that bite and keep biting. You
Yeah.
feel me?
yeah.
But we're going to be back after these messages. We got more stuff. We got more conversations to have with SG Commas. We in the building, man. Y'all know what the fuck going on, man. Conversation Elevator. We be back in like 5 minutes. She said, bye, guys.
Is that too loud? No, my headphones aren't working.
I didn't communicate that right. I wanted you to bring the camera from him to me when I was
Oh,
talking.
yeah,
But it was
I-
okay. I'll take that, though, too. Because he going to probably want that.
I'm gonna get I'm gonna get a stand for the camera so you can put it.
Thank you.
That's the hard part. Okay. So I think the biggest thing for me is I got all these grandiose ideas, and that's what keeps me focused.
Right.
But the hard part is actually like honing in on the details. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's the old saying, the devil's in the details type shit.
You got a level of time that you prepare yourself for music. Like, some people like, man, at this certain age, I'm done with music, or I'm gonna keep pushing. Like, 2 Chainz. You fucking with that?
Oh
You
yeah.
want that? Late.
Nah, I ain't gonna cap.
I'm gonna leave that one for you. You got your airdrop.
Oh yeah, I just did.
Yeah.
Thought I had to cut it off.
There you
Ooh. But that's gonna block the camera though, right?
go. Well, you can put it right. I can put it right here.
Okay.
Shoot, matter of fact, that's funny y'all playing South Walker right now, because that's kind of like where I was going with it. Where I was like, I was trying to ride. I feel like South Walker kind of, let me down with how he conducted. You know
Business.
what I'm saying? Well, not even just business, like bro, like.
So that's what I wanted to jump straight into. Well, like what's the artist you work with? Can I start with that topic?
artists that I worked with.
Yeah.
you can.
And then you can go into that one.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, I don't want it to like, I don't want it to be on some like, I sound like I'm crying. So at the end of the day, I spent money with a dude, then I ran into the dude in Houston.
Mhm.
And it's just like I see all these interviews how he's talking about like you gotta be able to teach me. You
He
know
be
what I'm
lying.
saying?
They
Or
be
show me-
lying.
You know, it's just like bro, it all
They be
sounds
lying,
good, right?
no.
But it's just like at the end of the day, bro, like I take all that shit to heart, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I spent some good money with you. Matter of fact, I spent like basically all I had. You know what I'm saying? Even though it don't look like that, I spent all I had on that feature at the moment because I knew I was getting checks coming in.
Mhm.
But that's just like my life as an entrepreneur. I get checks coming in and they go straight out. So like I'll get a $20,000 check and that should be gone. You know what I'm saying? So and that was like from the last, you know, I think at that time I had like got paid $24,000,
Mhm.
and then so I had paid my employees, and then I had like 8,000 left.
That's one song.
Huh?
One song.
No, the mics aren't on.
No, I'm saying that's one song and we going back in or two.
You tell me what you want.
Two.
To do.
Keep
All
on going. My phone.
right.
We got one more.
I can't hear the music. So you're
Yeah,
gonna
that's why I
tell
was
me.
listening to it. We got
Yeah.
one more song.
Okay.
Go ahead and talk.
Sorry.
And so it was just situations like that where I was just like, okay, you know, I don't mind.
Mhm.
I thought like, you know, it would be good enough to see that I'm serious about my craft. You feel what I'm saying?
That'd be bullshit though. I be hating the fact that rappers do that a lot. They be saying that they gonna be there for artists and lift them and do stuff, but then they'll take your money and don't take you seriously, be on bullshit.
I mean, I'm sure it's all love if I saw him again.
Man,
But-
as an artist of his caliber, man, y'all should be doing. They should be doing more. It shouldn't be like that.
Right. but
It shouldn't
no,
be like that at all.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying, like, I'm sure it's all love. Like, when he see me, it's not going to be anything, like,
Mhm.
disrespectful. I'm sure, like, because last time I saw him was in Houston.
Mm,
And I just happened to take my cousin somewhere, and I didn't even know he was going to be there.
yeah.
But the crazy part is, nigga was pulling up in his Tesla truck. I was like, yo, that's kind of odd Tesla truck, pink and black.
You know who that was?
I didn't know who it was at first.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't register. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you want me to put phone in?
Huh?
Do you want me to put a phone in one of these? Or something? Or no?
No, I just wanted a rotation of a highlight. That's all, but I didn't really need it for real.
Okay.
Let me
But yeah, so, like, his window was cracked, and I saw him looking. I'm like, who's this nigga looking at me? So I'm looking back at him. And he looking at me. Then he like back up, park or whatever. And he hop out the car. I was like, oh, that's stop walking, nigga. I was like, my nigga. Like
Yeah.
that's how I was taking
Yeah,
it.
he
You know
was
what I'm
cool
saying?
with it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so when he walked up, he was looking confused. Like I might have been the op or something. You know what I'm saying? Like he had one of them looks like, how I know this nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so when I said, what's up, gang? You know what I'm
30
saying?
seconds.
How
30
you
seconds.
been?
30 seconds.
Yeah, when I said, what's up, gang? How you been? He was like, oh, man. You know, he doing his little sauce talk, you know, spinning whatever. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then I was like, all right, that's a bit. I was like, yo, that song that we did, we had to redo. He was like, all right, bet, just, we'll get it figured out. Hit my line.
Okay.
And then I saw him again, like, walking by, and my cousin wanted to, book him in her club.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, that was the moment the nigga could have taught me something, like what he be saying.
Yo, and we back. Conversation elevated. We was just having a good little time out real quick, having a little vibe. Appreciate you, Jesse, for everything you do. And once of all, shout out to Colorado Media School for giving me this opportunity. It don't be easy. SG, what up, man?
Oh, same old, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was wondering, like, I know you work with a lot of artists, so
Mm-hmm.
break it down to me. How many artists you work with, what you work with, and then what you looking forward to want to work with. I know a lot of artists want to work by themselves. They don't want to do too many features.
Yeah, I'm not too crazy about the features. Like, I don't really need a whole lot of features, but I do want to do, I want to work with Future for sure. You dig
For
what I'm
sure,
saying?
Pluto.
Yeah, Pluto. Then, I would say realistically, on the top of my list after that, I was gonna say Young Dolph, but
Man, that's my favorite artist right there.
right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could, I would want to work with him. And then
What's next though? What's up next after Dolph though? Like you got Key Glock.
Yeah, Key Glock. But the thing is I like Key Glock, but I just feel like Key Glock isn't like
He ain't Dolph.
he got a core fan though. So I'm
Yeah, he
not, you know what I'm
does.
saying? I'm not
He a
trying to
million
sound like
on
an
there.
hater, but it's just like his music doesn't speak to me like it used to. You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's like, you know, post Dolph or whatever, but at the same time, it just does not speak to me the same way as when he was with Dolph. You feel what I'm saying?
He lost something.
Yeah, very well could. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Very
that was
well
his
could.
cousin. What was it? Cousin
Yeah,
for
his
real?
his
Blood
cousin,
cousins. Yeah.
yeah.
Damn. Okay.
And I don't know what's to say, man. There's just so many artists that are out there that I like, but I don't, like I said, I don't necessarily
Caliber.
feel like
What's your
it's
caliber of
something-
music though? Pluto for sure. Pluto need to drop
yeah.
another Dirty Sprite though.
Yeah.
He tweaking on that one. That should be coming out.
Yeah, no, Belly Gang Kush.
Belly
He's
Gang
the one I
Kush.
stumbled across. It's kind of hard with. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with Jordan Lucas, man. That nigga cold.
He be
He's
spitting.
slept on though.
Yeah, he
He is. Jordan Lucas is so much slept on, but hey,
Yeah, he got that make you think, but at the same time, still, that shit still be, you know, what I mean,
Yeah.
improving, you feel me?
okay. What is what you got planned for next year? Do you have anything that you want to do? Like I know you was with the what is it? What's the record label?
Oh, It's Gorgeous Music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to them. Shout out to Gorgeous too.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
cool peoples. You got anything planned for next year? You got some more tours? You got something that you want to do, like a state that you ain't even been to yet?
So right now I'm about to go on my hiatus. I know, you know, you're not really supposed to tell people; they're supposed to just do it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
letting
yeah.
people know, so people know
Okay.
that I ain't just disappearing. You feel me? Main reason is because, like I was saying earlier, I gotta, you know, redirect everything. So I hit that mental whiteboard again. It's like, all right, what we gonna do to, you know, make this move the way we want it to? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna do to make the business decisions to move without me having to be there for? Because I want to get back. I want to get to rapping full time. Like I haven't. Listen, I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in this rap industry and haven't made like maybe no more than like 2-3 bands off of music. You do what I'm saying? So it's just like
What's
the
the
math ain't math.
What's the next level to that though? How do you jump? How you jump the ship to be able to make more and double and triple that?
So I think it's my time and my presence in the music industry. That's why like a lot of people who know me, you know what I'm saying, know I've been in the music industry for quite some time. But the thing is like I'm just so under the radar because I'm mainly focused on the bag, right?
Right.
But every time I get the bag, what am I doing? I'm putting it in music. Like the Guapo De Niro project, I put like, you know, 30 something like that
Sheesh.
$1,000 into that project, which is, you know, the rollouts, you
Right.
know, YouTube promotion, Instagram promotion.
That
you know what I'm
promotion
saying?
crazy, yeah.
And it did kind of what it's supposed to do, being like a new artist to, you know, the
Mhm.
nation. But as far as like to Denver, it's just like it's the same old same. Like the crazy part is before, you know, people were really taking me serious, they didn't know that I was already pulling like 200 people draws at, you know, at venues.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also because like I'm a hand-to-hand type of person.
Facts,
so like
facts,
everybody that I
facts.
meet, I build on a personal level and they come fuck with me, you feel me? So more or less, I think times are changing, especially that the internet is getting more like robust with the whole in your face. You do what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
They switching it up. I
Yeah.
feel like the industry is switching up on music and everything.
Yeah. So
Nowadays.
now, but hold on, not even just with the music, just with
Okay.
promotions too.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Think about like the clubs and stuff.
Right.
So it's like the social media is new influence. That's why social media has more of the you know, politics now. Like,
Facts.
you know, showing crazy stuff. You
They
know, like
do.
that whole David situation.
They
You feel
going
me?
crazy. They doing a whole lot. They doing a whole lot.
You got all these internet sleuths trying to figure out what happened to the girl and all that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I really feel like
Inspector Gadget's on them.
for real. Yeah.
FBI.
Yeah.
Golly. Oh man.
Yeah.
But I get that. So without music in your life, like what is that like? What is your life like without music? If music wasn't on this earth, you'd be quiet in the mud. I feel that. But like, I know music does a lot for people's soul and their heart. But I always wanted to know what would it be like if music wasn't on this earth. Like, well, how would we balance our mental stability? How would we balance hyping ourselves up? How would we balance expressing our feelings
Naturally.
naturally?
I got a crazy connection with God, like so profound that people tell me I should have been a pastor. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel
I hear that a lot too.
I feel like that's why I'm not so moved in music, and probably why I'm people would say I'm losing my edge because I'm getting closer to God every day. So with that being said, like I still haven't lost it with music. You know what I mean? Like I still got it there. I just think my priority was different.
Right.
So I would say, if music wasn't in my life, that means I would just have more of a connection with God at that point, and that's who I would be talking to.
Motivational.
You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, as far as music goes, it's more for motivation. It's more for like inspiration, even for myself. You dig what I'm saying? Like I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like feeling accomplished and all that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Did you feel like if regular music didn't work, you would go to like gospel rap? Man, I know some hard gospel rappers. What his name is? K-John.
Oh yeah, I know you talking about
That dude.
Kieran.
Boom.
Yeah, Kieran or whatever. There's also another young
Yeah.
cat too. Man, I forgot what he go by, but yeah, I heard. Yeah, there's a lot of gospel rappers that are coming
Yeah.
out that
That's different.
Yeah, you can tell like they
That's-
really passionate about it, and that's
Deep
really
in
where
it.
it starts is the passion. You dig what I'm saying? And
You can keep going.
at the end of the day, I really feel like my passion is, being a light to people.
Right, right.
Like back in the day, because I used to be on that murder, kill. Like that was my whole MO. You know what I'm saying? I would say back in like 2003, 2004, like I always was running around with a pistol ready to shoot somebody. You dig what I'm saying? So, I think after really getting a taste of that life, I really realized that like God had different plans for me. And then so that was the moment where I started getting closer to God, and where I started, every year it seemed like I was falling more away from the streets. You dig what I'm saying? It's like I never got completely, I never was one of those people who just went cold turkey. It was just like I'm all for God now. But one of the things that I always questioned was religion. Like I just, I believe in God, but I don't trust religion because you just...
That's kind of hard a situation.
Right. Well, at the end of the day, it's like, how can you be Christian but so segregated? And then the Muslims are segregated. You feel what I'm saying?
They segregated all the way through too. There's a lot of religions that segregated.
Yeah, it's like they got sectors. Like you think about it, what else got sectors? Illuminati, Masons. You know what I'm saying?
Cults.
That my point exactly.
I was raised up in the Pentecostal, so like you already know they strict and they cult. I know it was a cult because growing up was like certain stuff that was in a book of Pentecostal that was not really. It was like a man-made book for Pentecostal people. Like,
not fast.
Oh yeah, you can't wear lipstick, red lipstick. You can't. Men can't wear anything pertaining to a woman. Women can't wear nothing pertaining to a man. Like it was like a strict program. So like, and I realized like they judgmental.
Right.
If you had red lipstick on, you went to church. You say you of God, but you looked at them like, hold up,
house.
What? Jezebel.
Well, I think that most people our age feel the same way about religion.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they don't trust it. I don't trust it, but do I trust God? Absolutely. And I think that you can have your own like relationship and religion with Him, whatever is best for you. And,
Right.
Yeah.
I think that when Jesus Christ walked the earth, He didn't do that. Well, whatever they're teaching us now is not what He came to earth to teach us.
Facts.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
But now, what I was about to say is just like when, I don't feel like God's decree was to give you rules. God's decree was to save your soul, and I think people turned them into rules. So it's just like, hey, look, if you want life to be really, to be blessed and flourished, this is what you got to stay away from. This is what you got to don't, knock on the devil's door. Doing the ding dong ditching because you might get
You might get what you're looking
know
for.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like basically that's what a lot of people out here are doing, myself included. I ain't going to sit up there and cap.
Yeah, we all human. Yeah.
But everybody got their vice. But the biggest thing for me though is just like when it comes down to it, I really feel like you cannot call yourself a person of God, but yet you want to keep things so segregated. Like I go to a church, it's a white church. I go to church, it's a black church.
You go to the club, it's a white club or it's a black club. That's how it is.
That's world. I mean, what's crazy? I feel like it's so hard to say, but life made it like that.
But
we continue to make it happen.
It's only, but it's like the only thing I dig deep into that about is that even though it's life and everybody still should change their mind frames, it's like so many people that's well off to change that off of. So it's like, oh yeah, let's start bringing everybody, the community together. There's gonna be a couple people in the bunch that's gonna be like, I'm gonna stick with my own.
You know
I'm
why?
gonna stick with mine. I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna stick with that. They ain't believing in trying to move forward to
You know why?
wanting to not be segregated.
Culture.
Culture, 2025 culture at that, because it changed. I think like the generation changed too. Also, yeah.
But nah, it is culture. So so basically, let's get into it. So culture is the biggest thing, and let's look at it from, a worldly view. Most white people don't have culture.
Mhm.
That's why they go to a different culture.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying?
I'm trying to whitenize it.
Yeah, you know what I'm. Well, that, but like the biggest thing is anime right now. You see a lot of these white girls.
Everybody doing the
You
anime
dig
now.
what I'm
Everybody
saying?
wants
Yeah.
to do the anime. I mean, it's a trend. Also, two trends.
Yeah.
Everybody want to follow the trend. They don't want to do their own thing as well.
Now, and I'm not trying to say this disrespectfully, but if you look at just from a point of observation, if you look at what the majority of white people do
Mhm.
versus what other color, Mexicans, Asians,
Right.
like the Asians, they kind of like
They really to
they
themselves.
kind of culture vultures a little bit. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna hold you.
They really culture vultures. I mean, man, it's a couple of them that's culture vultures.
Yeah,
There's a couple of
but
them
think
that-
about it, like you go to Japan, they dress them like cholos. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. You go to China,
Yeah.
they got J's on this.
You get what I'm saying? Like really hip hop. you feel
Yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah.
So it's just like, and then they also want to be, unfortunately, I wish people, and I say this respectfully, didn't hold white people to such high standards, because everybody is human. We should all be
Mhm.
holding each other to high standards
Facts.
as a being. You dig what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But so many put white people on a pedestal, and it's because of the money.
Right. They was raised in riches, and they was raised with riches where, man, that go deep too, man. Just think about Reagan, man, dropping all that stuff on the streets to make people more money.
Yeah.
Oh, man, but it's like that. But also, too, let's say this, but how can I say this? How can I word this? Man, white people don't want black people to win. A lot of them don't. They come with the money, and they already was born in riches and fame. They're not trying to, like, if they're not, that's the segregation part. They ain't trying to expand.
But you know why, in my opinion?
Why?
Because they already got control. And if black people, Mexicans, anybody other than, a white culture has control, then their world would look different. They would be, realistically, I feel like, this is just my personal opinion, they would feel obsolete. And let's think about it. Why do people want power? So they don't feel obsolete.
Mm-hmm. Conquer.
You can't be obsoleted if you're in power. You can't feel less than when you are the person that's bigger than. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that if it was, let's say the roles were completely reversed from the get-go, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you think that black people would feel the same way? Like, let's say that black people had always been up and had all the money and power and all this stuff that you're saying. Do you think that you'd feel the same way? Like, white people are trying to take it, or whatever you're saying.
I ain't gonna hold you. Based off of like how our DNA is ran, I think we would just be cool. We would just
Cool.
Matter of fact, if the word nigga never was invented by the white person, which I mean it wasn't really invented by the white person just learned how to turn it into a racial slur.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? But imagine if it wasn't like that. Then at the end of the day, that would be the one thing that wouldn't even matter as far as a racial separation. You feel what I'm saying? Why, like, because think about it, the Mexicans can say it, the Asians can say it, and some black people trip, but majority of black people don't trip.
Yeah.
Look at today's quote unquote culture. White people are starting to say it now, and a lot of black people aren't tripping.
But why is that though? Why do you feel
really.
like the N word is being so more common to be a trend where everybody feel like they can say it, or because they've been raised in the hood or raised around black people or have a black step cousin?
Because
like I was in a relationship with my ex, so we was watching Baddies, or what was that, Jocelyn, or which was one of them where the girl from California kept getting beat up. It's because she kept saying nigga in her sentence. And they was like, man, she just said nigga again. They would jump on her every time she said nigga, but she was trying to tell them, like, look, my baby daddy black. I can't help this. I was raised in the trenches with none but black people. I can't help saying that word. Like, it's not a disrespect. It's a part of my culture
yeah.
too. And a lot of white people feel like since they was in the, in the hood, raised with a lot of black people, that's their culture too. Which I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But certain white people feel like that's wrong for other white people to have that culture strike of that.
So that that's kind of what I was going to get to in the whole grand scheme of everything. It's just like when it comes down to it, yes, it all has to do with the generational gap from slavery to today, because you do have more mixed cultures or excuse me, mixed races going into quote unquote the trenches and being raised and being adopted to that lifestyle. You feel what I'm saying?
And they ain't got no choice.
They ain't got no choice. And when you're young, you don't know no better, because now everybody's saying nigga this, nigga that, nigga please. You dig what I'm saying?
And you also have a culture that knows nothing really about slavery.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
they don't
A lot.
have any recollection
A
of
lot
it.
of them.
Yeah,
None of it.
we're not even being taught nothing about it.
No.
It's
like
just
they're trying
over
to
with.
hard
spread
to
the
be. It's hard to feel something about something that you don't even have experiences about.
Right. You don't have no emotional ties to.
And
And that's both ends. It's not
then-
just one side of it.
Nah, big fact.
Then we wasn't raised fully of what really our culture was about. We were only raised half things, and we wait until now to us being grown to actually finding out information that we never even knew growing up.
Yeah. But you know what?
History book,
But at least you get to.
But you know what?
late.
All bullshit aside, I think the word nigga should die. As far as like
agree.
what I'm saying, like it should die. It just means what I mean by
Nobody
that.
should be tripping on it.
Exactly. So if you are mad, like you get mad at like it don't even matter.
Right.
If you get mad at any other race saying it, you shouldn't be saying it.
Right.
Exactly.
Facts.
Period.
Facts.
You dig what I'm saying? Like that's the only time you should be able to like punch somebody in their lip for saying it.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody outside my comfort
Culture,
zone
yeah.
says
Says it
nigger
the wrong
at
way.
me,
It's the wrong way. It's
You
the
know
right
what I'm
like
saying?
that's how it should be though. I feel like if any other race besides the black race says nigga, as long as they saying it in a comfortable way, I mean it's cool. I ain't never
Yeah.
really tripped about it, but in jail they trip about that. I was just at work. I work for the union. You know what I mean? A man was finna knock out a woman because she said nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This was like the other day. And I'd be like, bro, we too old for that. Like, how you don't know if she had a stepmom that was black, a stepbrother, like, but the
But why
word,
do you have to have
the word is
something-
crazy though. If you see if you see the right person talking about, hey nigga, what up, nigga? What? Hold up. What? Excuse me?
Hey, matter of fact, I saw this.
What's
I saw
up,
this
my
little
nigga?
skit on what was it, Saturday Night Live, where these white dudes, I forgot the actor's name, but they was all like saying like, what he say? He said. They was saying nigga this, nigga that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I was hanging with this bitch, and she told me she was pregnant. I said, nigga, please. And then they said, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, so it was just these three congregating. You know what I'm saying? And just niggering each other up. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then
They gonna ban that one day. Somebody gonna
I mean,
put
I'm-
a foot. Somebody gonna put a foot to that.
yeah, well, I was gonna say something. Well, I don't know, man, because that shit been circulating. That's how I came across it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
TikTok and
Yeah.
Twitter making it okay for people to say it. You know,
Right. That's the whole. Yeah, that's.
it
the
should
whole
be
situation right
a word that should be a worldwide trend.
there. It pretty much is, man.
But now people still want to fight. People still killing people over that. So
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying. All
Yeah.
right, so look, let's get into it again, man, because when I talk about like the whole segregation, I don't mean just race or religion. I mean just as an individual.
as a whole,
Yeah, as
for
a
sure.
whole individual. Like you become segregated because you're not what people project you to be. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's like they got an idea of who they want you to be, and you don't fit that box. And
Right.
they separate you from it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, nah, get away. You know what I mean? So when I look at everything going on, not only should the word nigga die, but I think what should die also is indifferences. Like you gotta understand, people are meant to be different for a reason. You gotta.
It
stop
was made
trying-
like that.
So when you look at this whole influence thing, you know what I'm saying? Talking about like I look at it with my, with my everyday people in my life, where it's just like I'm looking at y'all are really following these trends like that. Sheep, right? So what it say in scripture? It says, "You love me, take care of my sheep."
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's deep.
So it's just like when I do my music, and that's kind of another reason why I don't really be pushing the way I be pushing, is because I be trying to think like I'm not taking care of the sheep. Like I'm the light. People can tell I'm the light. People can look at me and they tell like, all right, like he really ain't about that life. Nah, I'm just trying to turn a different leaf. You feel what I'm
it's
saying?
got to be a
So I'm
different
glad you
leaf.
think that, first of all. But at the end of the day, it's just like really what I want to do is I want to do what I was put here to do, and that's actually stop people from segregating themselves
Real talk.
from a godly future. You feel what I'm saying? Like let's get out the. I've been hearing a lot lately that the streets is corny now. You feel what I'm saying? And really, at the end of the day, it kind of really is.
It been corny though. It's just how things were moved and how things was organized from growing up to now.
Yeah.
It was never well. Yeah, the streets wasn't never really supposed to be the streets. The streets was supposed to be something where we had a comfort zone where we couldn't nowhere else. But people made
it protected.
Yeah, but the streets, people in the streets, corrupt families, households of families, kids grew up the wrong way. It made it different.
You know what I think it is? It's always over a girl, man.
Girls too, yeah, man. Girls get
over a girl.
It's women, money, and drugs.
In that order.
Isn't she like, she's the one that had him eat the apple?
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm a
shout out to I was finna say shout out to Eve for eating that apple, but
no.
That apple, whatever fruit that was, made it so it wasn't actually an apple. That was just a fairy tale they told us. That wasn't really an apple. It was a fruit, but that fruit was it was a fruit of life, but it was also a blessing and a curse. Like I feel like if she wouldn't have ate that fruit, how would life be? It would be pure.
Exactly.
But God didn't. I don't feel like God wanted us to be pure. He wanted us to see certain stuff and have an option of a chance or a choice to make it right by yourself without being puppeted.
So let's talk about it.
No, that's getting.
Let's talk about it.
Let's go deep into it. Did I just say something?
So God, right? So God made man first.
Okay.
A lot of people, a lot of people rights aren't gonna like this, but
okay,
it is what it is because I didn't write this. I'm going
Let's
based
go.
off of logic here.
For sure.
All right. So God created man first.
Mm-hmm.
Then He created woman because the man was lonely.
For sure, we gotta have that. So.
Yeah, one man came from womb. Womb being the womb. He created the incision. He created to take the rib and create the woman, right?
Yeah.
So that's where woman came from. Now woman holds the womb to create man.
Right.
All right. So the simple fact that the woman has the biggest influence on the man from the jump tells you a lot right there. But who do you think the woman gets her influence from?
The man. Nah, from God. From who? Herself? Who? The fruit that she ate?
Evil forces. The serpent told her what to do.
Oh,
and
she
didn't question it.
She didn't. So that's.
But is that because she wasn't being led correctly?
Hey, that's deep.
No,
That's deep.
no.
That's deep.
Because at the end of the day, you got to look at it like this. She didn't even approach her man about it.
Nope. Hey, can I eat this fruit?
Should
It looks
I?
delicious.
Should
Can we do it?
Only thing she did was made a suggestion. We should eat this fruit and be like God.
So you think that's our biggest downfall is women?
Women. So
Our weakest downfall from men is women.
for the world in general, because it's not just men, like women too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ain't no stopping that.
Yeah, but a lot of men don't like. I mean, I won't say a lot of men don't, but a lot of men. How am I trying to put this? There's men out there that don't like women. So at the end of the day, we can't say that. But there's women that like women. You see what I'm saying? So there's more influence from a woman because there's more men to woman ratio liking women. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, the more racial of women liking women, and the racial of everybody liking women is just top tier right now. I feel like, yeah.
That's why anywhere you go, a woman will get hollered at 100 times before a man get hollered at once. You feel
Every
what I'm
time.
saying?
Every time.
So how can a woman not be so influential? And when you look at the logic of everything, you feel what I'm saying? So we should be, in my opinion, we should be holding women more accountable, but we don't.
We don't.
We hold the men super accountable, but we take it regardless because we would have been doing that anyway. You see what I'm saying? So when Eve bit the fruit, suggested that to Adam, that was downfall of man. But Adam's stupid ass should have been like, nah, we ain't supposed to be doing it.
Adam should have had his ass right next to his girl. Where you go, I go. You on my hip. You hear me? You touch that fruit. Look, we got a problem. But it wasn't like that. Adam went to go do his own thing.
Yeah, there was no reverence in God at that point. It was
Right.
just more like reverence like think about it. When you was a kid, when you found your first love or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You really was influenced by that girl. Like you wanted
Yeah.
to do everything she wanted. Like it wasn't what you wanted to do, it was what she wanted to do. It wasn't until she broke your heart when you were like, all right, it's what I want to do from here on out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I think just like when a person is pure, they're way more influenced from a woman, especially from your mom too. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
If you don't got that, that's a hard thing to swallow.
Exactly. So think about it. Like most people don't grow up with their dads, whether they're in the house or not. You feel what I'm saying? Because the dad's always working. So who's the next mode of influence? The mom.
Oh yeah, mom. Yeah.
Regardless
Right.
whether it's the man or the woman
Mm-hmm.
coming to be. You dig what I'm saying?
Whenever the parents break up, where the kids go?
To the mom. So you don't see a pattern and all that.
Yeah, the world gives women full power of everything before a man, regardless.
Right. So the serpent.
But how is that if y'all ate the fruit? Why we can't be?
I'm about to tell you that right now because
Okay.
the serpent, right? Since he's the one, aka Lucifer, has the biggest. Well, I won't even say Lucifer because in my opinion, I think there's different
Names.
entities of evil. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying? Because there's Lucifer, which is the
angel
of light and music. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure.
But then you got the serpent, which is the wicked one. You feel what I'm saying? Lucifer technically wasn't supposed to be wicked. Lucifer just didn't want to bow down to man because he felt he was better than men. So he was going to influence men to become corrupt.
So that's a lot to swallow. So if he really wasn't naturally evil, do you feel like he's evil now?
I think he
I feel
uses.
like-
I think
Yeah, he uses-
things in an evil way.
Yeah,
So
but
like
is
the
he really a
serpent, for example.
naturally evil person? Because he can be too evil to run the world to bring so much evil on the world. If he was the angel, his number one favorite God, that was God's number one favorite angel.
Yeah.
He wasn't evil, right? How could God's number one angel be evil?
But you got to think about it. In order to be a deity, you got to know
Yeah,
good and bad.
right.
So you got to have it in you to go one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at things like
But
corruption and things like that,
but the Bible painted the picture of him being from a good angel to deceiving God to corrupting the whole world.
he didn't deceive God.
Judah, I mean, no, that's I was finna speak on Jesus, but
No, yeah, Judah.
Judah,
Yeah.
Judah crazy.
Yeah, but Lucifer didn't deceive God. What he did is he just didn't want to bow down to man because he felt like he was better than us. He was made of fire. We were made of clay. You feel
Okay.
me? So you think about it. What makes clay hard? Fire. What makes clay come into a work of art? Fire. You get what I'm saying? Whenever you have plates, pottery, vases, shit like that, you gotta use the fire
Facts.
to
To
make
warm
what
it,
is,
yeah.
you know what
To
I'm saying?
harden it, yeah.
Yeah. So when you look at all that, you know what I'm saying? Lucifer has an influence of everything. So Lucifer is highly influential. So when you think about influence, you got to think about the element of wickedness that comes with that as well. Like it's so prone to wickedness.
Power.
Power, exactly. So at the end of the day, Lucifer having the influence over the woman, which the woman has the influence over the man, which the man has little influence over his kids. How do you think the world's going to turn out? So you don't think that it was set up like that by Lucifer in the beginning?
It's like the first time of segregation. Like, you know what I mean? If you think
It's like
about
a whole setup in general. Just, I feel like life was a whole setup when she ate the fruit.
But what role in
Golly, because I mean, I still would like to know the better half, the better side of if she wouldn't ate the fruit. But I feel like that's why I said it wasn't meant. Everything happens for a reason.
Everything does happen for a reason. But I still don't think it was meant. Because if that's the case, if it was meant,
Okay.
listen, if it was meant, I'm about to get real deep right here.
All right.
That means nobody's going to hell. Because we didn't ask to be born.
Well, do you feel like nobody was going to hell anyway because of the fact that like God died on the cross for our sins, for all our sins, and actually, well, if we want to get into the
I mean, technically, no, you're not far off from that.
okay,
Technically,
okay,
technically, that's what was stated in scripture. Like he did that for all. But then Christians put, but only if you
yeah,
believe that he
Christians.
rose and died. And
That was
all
the
for
Christian
your
part,
sins,
and then on
sins, I meant to say.
yeah, and then on and if you jump to Pentecostal, they said you got to tarry for the Holy Ghost, and if you don't tarry for the Holy Ghost, you are not fully pure. You're not
Care what?
tarry.
I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah, of course you don't. I'm gonna tell you.
No.
I'll tell you. So tarry means is actually, you know what tarry means?
I didn't go.
Go down south, Alabama. So tarry means basically in Pentecostal where you submit yourself to Lord and Savior. You get on the altar and you tarry for the Holy Ghost. You call out the name of Jesus until he, I guess, he comes in and blesses you with whatever light, pure.
Where you start
I
crying
didn't,
and jumping
yeah,
and all
and the
types
white
of
stuff comes out your mouth, all that. Now I'm not saying that's fake. I'm not saying it's false. All I'm saying is that I'm non-denomination, so I don't pick a religion.
Yeah.
But growing up, I seen that.
So it's kind of
I
like speaking tongue.
Yeah, speaking in
Yeah,
tongue,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that. So I didn't really know what to believe, and I still sometimes don't know what to believe on that type of religion situation. But I seen the change from a person go from being in the streets doing this to tearing for the Holy Ghost, receiving the Holy Ghost from what they said witness to, and I seen that. I seen people want to turn their life over to God and go to the church and sit on the altar, and they sat on that altar for hours, tearing and Jesus, 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 until they fell out on the floor, sweating, and I thought it was a joke, but who has the power to control their body like that? Who had the power to? And I seen my auntie, for example. If I don't see nobody else, my auntie's a witness. I seen her. She went from being a prostitute to getting her life right over to God and tearing. And I seen her, like growing up, I seen her on the altar every day. Like she was mentally not there for us, but she was mentally there for God. And regardless of what I hear in the streets and whatever I see or whatever, I still feel like, bro, I go back to the little kid where I seen this woman go from this person into months until when she did receive the Holy Ghost, she was totally different. She was so pure. She was like till now, she hasn't backslid. And that is a such thing as being backslid. It's going towards God, but he also is closer to you also too. I just feel like the Bible, some of it is real, some of it is not.
I mean, think about it. It was still written by man.
Right.
Regardless on how godly that person was.
Oh, I was finna. Not even only that, he was blind. Well, the dude that actually came up with the ideas was blind, right? But the dude that wrote it was LB.
Look, I ain't that deep into it. Like I'm deep, but not that deep.
I was deep. So the
deep into
dude,
spiritual aspect
so Paul, who was the blind one? James. King James was blind.
You talking about I don't know about all that.
Let's go back in. We can go deep into that. So the person that made the Bible, the name of the Bible was a king.
James, yeah.
He didn't write the Bible. He told a person to write the Bible. The person he told to write the Bible was his significant other, because he couldn't write the Bible because he was blind. So I forgot the person. I could do my research. The person that wrote the Bible wasn't King James. It was a dude that wrote it, but he was also he liked the men.
Right.
But
ain't that a coincidence?
It's a lot of coincidence with the Bible, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I sat in jail for 16 months reading the Bible and the Quran and the Bible code. I was reading stuff. I was trying to 48 laws of power, 50 Cent books. So like, I had to dig into Genesis first. Let me read from the beginning.
Yeah.
All right, we get into Adam and Eve. Adam killed Eve. I mean, my fault, Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. Cain went off to have a family and to... I was just confused where the family came from. Who he had kids with,
Yeah.
because it was only Adam and Eve. They
Yeah.
never spoke about any other family or any village.
Right.
So I already was stuck with he had to probably have sexual content with his mom
Yeah. Oh God.
to have a child to go on with that generation. That's where incest comes in. Everybody talk about the incest of family members, but that goes deep, goes far, go all the way back. How did Cain kill Abel? It's said in the Bible that Cain went to have a family and live on whatever, such and such. Where is his family at? What woman did he have to have kids with? Okay, skip that. Noah, was that Noah? Noah fell asleep and got raped by his son.
I don't remember reading nothing about that.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking
Y'all ain't read
about.
into the Bible? Who was that fell asleep and
Nah,
his son? Man, it's a y'all look. It's some stories in that Bible.
Well, I was gonna say there was a part where he fell asleep and his sons
Undressed him or something?
they seen he was naked, so like they try to walk him backwards and cover him up.
Nah,
But then
read.
there was another one where his son died and his daughter or his
No.
daughter-in-law.
No. Who was that? Was that? Nah, it wasn't David. Was it David? Was Noah?
It wasn't David.
It wasn't King David. It
Yeah.
was Noah. Noah fell asleep, and one of his russ in the Bible. Don't let me pull it up. Don't let me pull it up
You might
now.
have to.
I will pull it up.
Hey, we're gonna have to
No,
fact check that.
we could one of his. Yeah, that's weird. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff that go in the Bible. I can't really explain that. I just be like, okay, no.
But think about it. Also, Bible's also changed like 14 different times.
Right.
So, question. If the Bible changed so many different times, how are you to know the right way?
You're not, because that's the
It's a trap.
plan of Lucifer all the whole time.
You have to start like listening to yourself and listening to your inner, whatever you call it, conscious. Some people call it guardian angel, whatever you want to call it. You gotta start listening to that.
So I look at it like this. All right. So sin, the Bible was written out of sin, like point blank period, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Basic instructions before leaving Earth. You dig what I'm saying? That's what the acronym for the Bible stands for.
Gotcha.
A lot of people can't get saved out the Bible. That's a real thing. That's not impossible to do.
You can't.
But you got to look at it like this too. Why are so many people still in sin as a Christian? Like I'm talking about
That's crazy to me.
but
Pastors.
I mean like they're not really even forthcoming in thinking that they're still in sin, like the judgment. You know, that they feel like they have a right to judge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because in the Bible, us two, there's a scripture, us two will be judged
Judged.
angels. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, it's like, well, God gave us the ability to judge. No, God gave him the ability to judge. He gave us the ability to hold others accountable. You see what I'm saying?
There is a
There's
big difference between judging
Yes.
and holding people accountable.
Yes. The other thing is you also have to have an eye of discernment,
Okay. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't have that.
which that still doesn't justify judging.
Mm-hmm.
That just being you're able to tell, okay, this person is a person that I may not want to be around, or I may not want my kids around, or
Right.
whatever. You do what I'm saying? At the
Okay.
end of the day, when you have this thing being written so many times, how can you not stay in sin? How can you not want to quote unquote clean your house out, but then leave yourself open for more demons to come in and reside?
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's deep. I want to talk more about religion because a lot of people be scared to talk about it, but there's a lot of unfixed questions. Like a man-made book, but when you go to Revelations is the one when you talk about, okay, this is where the world is going on right now. You feel like some of the stuff in Revelations is going on right now in the world?
100%. But peep this.
All right, but Before you tell me, before you peep now, hold on. So, a lot of stuff was skipped all the way through Revelations. Was that to scare us? It can't scare us because they said some stuff in Revelations that already happened, that has happened.
Mm-hmm.
What's to prepare for that?
Hey, nothing's out of place. Everything's going according to plan.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when you look at Revelations, you got to look at it like this. How do you know it wasn't planned?
What Revelations was planned?
How do you know everything that's going on right now wasn't a part of the plan?
It is.
Not God's plan, a man-made plan.
But how can a man make a plan?
Because think about it, all the chemtrails, weather changing, all that type of stuff going on.
God still has control of that, right?
Yes.
So if they be like, oh yeah, it's gonna rain and it don't rain, they lie.
Now peep this though.
Okay.
The world has always shifted for the however long it's been spinning.
Yeah.
It's went from Ice Age, Paradise, Ice Age. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It's changing now though, right?
It's always going to evolve.
Yeah.
The world's going to spin whether we're here or not. So humans, being humans, once again, in my opinion, for control and power, try to push agendas, the whole global warming situation, because of all the carbon or whatever. Scientists saying it's all the carbon, ozone layers busting off and whatever.
They talk about asteroids now coming or something.
Yeah, it's just like at the end of the day, if we're supposed to be extinct, if things are supposed to change, it's going to change regardless. If the dinosaurs wasn't exempt, we're not going to be exempt. You feel what I'm saying? So you can try, and this is what the Bible says, those who try to save themselves will lose themselves. You feel what I'm saying? But those who try to, lose themselves for my sake will be saved. So it's just like you got to think about it. How do you want to live your life? Do you want to live your life for yourself in the flesh, or do you want to live your life in spirit? Because in my opinion,
it's got to be spirit.
In my better intelligence of an opinion, your spirit is what is quote unquote the light that
carries
keeps going,
on. Mm-hmm.
Not your flesh. So if you think that you're gonna die after this and that's gonna be it,
that's crazy.
You're gonna die and that's gonna be it, because your spirit has nothing left, left to linger to.
But if you have a spirit that lingers to a lot, it's gonna linger whenever you're gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
But how else can you have that spirit unless you're, how do you put it? Unless you're with God.
You gotta build a relationship. A lot of people don't have good relationships with God. They just feel like.
Because a lot of people will say they're spiritual. But
what's the definition of spiritual?
Getting high, drunk,
right,
intoxicated.
Marbles. They got marbles on their neck. Talk about God gonna save me from. Nah. I guess it's a belief too. I feel like that's crazy to believe in. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, everybody's spiritual belief is kind of different. You go down south, you go Midwest, you go to Colorado. Like, I came to Colorado and I didn't really know nothing about the spiritual belief from here until I see a lot of people wearing marbles and shit. What them is? The stones?
Yeah. You talking about
the marbles! They got motherfucking...
all them quartz and
yeah, cords and stuff. Like, man, don't get in a relationship with no girl that got the aluminum foil around their neck with the... No, but for real though, I'm gonna cut it down. Show is finna end soon. But I do want to say though that I do want to dig into more conversation elevated of religion, because a lot of people are. I feel like the world could be confused on a lot of situations. Oh, yeah. Conversation elevated. I ain't even gonna cut it short. We got a break, but this ain't a break. We're gonna be back next week, I guess. Next week? Go ahead and tell them to find you on Instagram and on all platforms, SG.
Yes, sir. It's just SG Comma, even at the website, you know what I'm saying, sgcomma.com. You can find me anywhere, everywhere, SG Comma, Google that shit. You're going to see everything you need to see, know everything you need to know. You feel me?
Not sound stupid, but is it really like an SG and like a comma
sign?
No, you got to spell out comma.
Okay,
you did.
Just in case, you never know.
We ain't trying to hold him up, man. He got to use the restroom. But look, check this out. Conversation Elevated. That's my dog, SG Commas. We got an event coming soon. If that's... We gonna talk about that later. We got a social media Conversation Elevated. Talk to you soon. We be back next weekend. SG Commas, we in the building.
We out.
Go ahead, my boy. Oh, go.
Outside. By the elevators.
Yeah. That was a good show.
That was a good show.
That is a show that I would have to say
That was a nice, like, grown-up show.
that
Does make
was
sense?
that was something that's going to be very beneficial to the world. Somebody going to want to hear that and be like, yeah, I needed to hear that.
And we got